Hi everyone, this is my review on the Basepaws DNA test for cats. We're going to look at Geordi's results, and here he is. Hi Geordi. So you submit the DNA by doing a cheek swab, and you mail it in. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to get the results. You get a breed analysis, an oral health report, um, health markers. They test for over 40 different genetic health markers and a traits markers. So as far as breeds, they think he is almost 20% Maine Coon. Now, that does not necessarily mean that he has a purebred Maine Coon in his background, but at the DNA chromosomal level, he does have similarities to the Maine Coon breed. And you can see the other breeds that they're seeing. Polycat is just DNA that they have not been able to break down and identify yet. We are still learning a lot about genetics, especially with cats. Basepaws does do occasional updates. The oral health report. So he is low risk for periodontal disease, low risk for tooth reabsorption, medium risk for bad breath or halitosis. They check for 43 different genetic health markers. Thankfully, he tested clear for all of them. The traits, they check for 22 different traits. He has 2 of them. And then it goes into more details and more details on the breed analysis. And then it goes over some information on the different breeds that they have in their database. I'm just gonna scroll down here because I want to get to, here we go, genetic health and trait markers. They go over an introduction and how to read the results. And then it'll show if your cat is clear, a carrier, at risk, or at high risk for each of these traits. Now bear in mind that if your cat tests clear, that does not necessarily guarantee that the cat will never get that condition. It just means that based on what we know about genetics now, if they get it, it would not be due to their DNA. So the test for different musculoskeletal and connective tissue disorders. And then over here you can see the different genes that they're looking at. Seen in, that's if it's known to be prevalent in certain breeds, and status. He has 0 copies of the conditions currently on the screen. Just going to go through this kind of fast. They test for some eye disorders as well, including progressive retinal atrophy, glaucoma. They do test for several metabolic disorders, more metabolic disorders. Blood disorders. Endocrine disorders. Autoimmune disorders. Oh, and if anyone is wondering, that's hypothyroidism, not hyperthyroidism. Hypothyroidism is actually fairly rare, but hyperthyroidism is pretty common, especially in older cats. Autoimmune disorders, renal or kidney disorders, including polycystic kidneys. And the polycystic kidneys, that is known to be an issue in Persians. Some skin disorders, cardiovascular disorders. They do check for HCM, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. 3 different genes that they're looking for. And thankfully, Geordi has 0 copies. Again, this does not necessarily guarantee that he will not get HCM, but if he does, it is not due to his genes, his genetic makeup, at least not that we know of. We are still learning that he could identify more genes later on the line. And they also tell you the blood type and your cat's transfusion risk. Cats can be AB or AB. And Geordi is A. And blood transfusion risk. In the event that he needed a transfusion, he would be medium risk for transfusion reactions. And the traits, which is another fun feature. Carrier, likely to have or not likely to have, and they will tell you all that. He only was flagged as likely to have 2 traits, but one of the things they check for is resistance to FIV, which he does not have. Coat color and pattern, black coat color. Yep. And likely to have. So Basepaws got that right. Charcoal coat color, different colors and patterns. Dilute coat colors. Siamese coat color. Yep, not likely to have. Cinnamon. Then they get into coat length. Now I have learned that short hair is dominant over long hair, and there are several genes here for coat length. He actually does have 3 copies of those genes, but he's not likely to be a long hair, and he's not. Different coat textures, lycoid coat, curly coat. That would be like the Laperms and the Rexes. Sphinx. Yeah, body morphology. Short kinked tail, short tail. He doesn't have any of that. Osteochondroplasia. Polydactyl. Likely to have. And he is a polydactyl, but if you look close, you can see that they're fused. He is a polydactyl, but the digits just didn't separate. Yeah, silly boy. So Basepaws got that right. Then there's more information on the oral health report. And that is interesting too. Again, he's low risk for periodontal disease, low risk for tooth reabsorption, medium risk for bad breath. Geordi could be sampling from your meals when you are not looking or picking up crumbs from the floor. Yeah, no doubt. And let's see. And periodontal disease. So he's low risk, has only 19 out of the 108 microbes. Gives you the breakdown. Tooth resorption. He only has 9 of the 74 microbes, so he's low risk. And bad breath, halitosis, 49 out of 182 microbes for bad breath, so medium risk there. And it tells you the different microbes. And an appendix. So overall, I thought the test was very interesting. The genetic health markers are probably the most valuable part. The breed breakdown and the trait features are a lot of fun, though. So it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to get the results. If you can afford it, I do suggest it. It is fun. If your kitty were to test positive for any of the genetic health markers, you do have the option of sending the results to your veterinarian, and And you probably would want to consult with your veterinarian if they had any of the health markers. Basepaws, I've noticed, often has sales around holidays. Um, but overall, I thought it was worth doing, and I thought it provided some valuable information and was a lot of fun.